But for those who stand in your way and betray you, their day of reckoning will come.
Hey everyone, welcome back with Beano Mac, where today we're going to continue our playthrough of Day of Reckoning. Now, that title is, there's no lie, there's no joke, I'll explain it in a second. Right now, first off, I'm just in a kind of a very sour mood with this game to begin with. First off, you may have noticed it's just a match right now. There was no cutscene, there was no chapter introduction, whatever. I don't know what happened. I do apologize for it. You know, as an OCD guy myself, it stinks that I don't have the footage of it. You know, it's not the first time. I lost the footage to my Road WrestleMania and playthrough with Stone Cold in January as well. It's I don't know. I don't know what happened. What happened to my footage of the opening cutscene. I'm just gonna go over what happened, I guess. You know, it's not too much information, but what happened in the story is last week you seen in the Heat playthrough, we graduated from Heat. We picked to go to Raw because we had the choice of Raw or SmackDown, and in our final match on Heat, we went against Ric Flair, who represented Evolution. He whooped our freaking ass. I couldn't even freaking tap him on the back of the shoulder to get his attention without him, you know, countering that. He reversed every single move in that match. Alright, but, you know, I lost that match. I was convinced that I had to. There was no way that I could do anything at any point to even attempt to make it fair. Regardless, you know, after the match ended, Batista and Randy Orton came down and they just jumped me with Ric Flair. Ric Flair said, hey, look, you can get more beings like that on Raw, or you could join Evolution, because, you know, you're an up-and-comer, and we need you on our team. So, at the start of this, the cutscene would have been where Triple H comes out, talks about, you know, me coming out and joining the roster, and how, you know, it would be pretty much suicide not to join Evolution. I come out, and I say, hey, I already made my decision, no worries. Then Chris Jericho comes out before I can say my decision. And I guess he's like essentially a face leader of another faction, you know, like he's the good guy to our Evolution or whatever, right? So he says, no, I'm not going to let you, Triple H, you know, take over every newcomer that comes to Raw and this and that. You know, I guess he has like guys like Edge and Shelton Benjamin or whatever. So he offers us to join his group and be protected by Evolution. Once again, you know, our soup guy here, Kai, he says, no, I already made my decision. And my decision is, Eric Bischoff comes out and interrupts him before he can say it, and Eric Bischoff just says, yeah, about that, no, I think you're just going to go with Evolution. So yeah, it's kind of like a very drawn out, pointless cutscene at the end of the day. Pretty much it was just, you're joining Evolution, but it was extended like 10 minutes for some reason. Which, you know, I don't know, it actually kind of follows the formula of WWE, in which they kind of, especially with Triple H promos, they kind of drag things out for whatever reason, you know, 10-minute opening promos to Raw and stuff. So, yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't get that footage for you guys, but, you know, once again, I'm not sure what happened, but I'll definitely be more vigilant to make sure that never happens again, you know. So I do genuinely apologize for that. So, now that that's settled, you know, obviously we just have a tag match with Batista, essentially to prove ourselves with the, you know, the big guy in the tag team scene. So it looks like we're going to be doing tag team wrestling for a while. And now though, addressing the whole topic of the video on why I was ready to quit. I was literally, that is no joke. This match right here almost broke me. I almost came out this week because it took me like 7 tries to beat this one match against Val Venus and Lance Storm. There was nothing that I could do. As you can see, they are countering heavy the whole match. I'm doing okay. You know, my counter stat is 7. But holy fish pace. I mean, I go from doing like halfway decent matches to just, you know, the AI in this game is just, it's not very properly tuned. And here's a good example. I am trying like 10 times to knock this dude off the apron just once. I cannot do it. So I go for a grapple and I get reversed. I cannot do anything to knock this dude off the apron. There is not a single thing I can do. Now obviously if he is not knocked off the apron, I cannot make the pinfall. This is constant nonsense. This is the version of the match that I won, by the way. Just keep that in mind. And once again, still reversing me. Yes, as you can tell, I'm still a little bit irritated about this whole ordeal. But yeah, this match almost broke me. I almost came out this week just saying, hey, look, I'm playing in a different game because I cannot deal with this game. A little bit of a spoiler coming up. After this match, things get much easier for me. I changed the difficulty to easy, but obviously, as you can see, it doesn't matter in this match. So I don't think difficulty changes matter in this story mode at all. And as you can see, I have no damage. One thing that I do not like about this game, limb damage doesn't really... For submission, sure, it makes a difference. But, as you can see, yeah, I mean, I have, like, no limb damage. The past opponents I've beaten have barely any limb damage. Maybe there'll be, like, a yellow hat or something like that, and the match will just end. So, I mean, that is definitely a gripe that I've already kind of begun to have with this game. So, yeah, it can be convenient for me if I'm trying to get through a quick match or whatever, you know, against a guy like, you know, Garrison Cade or something like that, but it's still, I would like to take the freaking good and the bad together, you know, even if it works for me sometimes. I would rather have it not at all because of the bad that it can contribute to. And, you know, like, I've gotten beaten when I've had no limb damage whatsoever. It's just, it's nonsense. I was pretty close to quitting that match right there, but I stuck it out, folks. As you can see, I'm trying, I just can't reverse anything. And I guarantee you, if Batista did not break up that pin, I would have lost the match. And the thing is I don't know, it's every WWE game where you have to mash the buttons, but something about this one, my right arm fucking stings from tapping that A button every time I get knocked down. It is insane, and they usually get up pretty quickly. I'm sure you've seen already a few times. They will just get up with red limb damage after taking finishers. I don't know what the hell is going on. But as you can see, right there, I had to win by KO because there was no way I was winning by pin. So, yes, we got through the worst match of the entire story mode. Hopefully, if it's going to be hard, at least have it to where I have more chance of attributes. But let's see what's going on here first before I continue my rant. Since you're new around here and haven't had a singles match in primetime yet, I know that Mr. McMahon is interested in seeing how you perform as a single competitor. So I'm booking you in a match tonight against Christian. I'm sure that your new Evolution buddies would approve. I'm sure they would, as long as I win. Yeah, right there. Simple cutscene. That's all that was needed there. Didn't need a 10-minute cutscene like last week, but whatever. I guess it's story building, and it kind of gives a authentic WWE feel. You're not gonna know because I lost the footage. I'm still so annoyed about that. But yeah, if you watch most of my videos, I'm usually not this annoyed. But this game, like I said, this game has broken something in me. Broken something within me, I guess. And if you're wondering, if you have watched my videos, you know, yes, I can't form complete sentences. I'm a moron. But whatever, you know. You stuck around this far, so I'm sure you're going to stick around a little bit longer. I don't even know what I'm talking about anyway. So yeah, as you're going to see, the matches are getting a lot more easier and stuff like that. So I don't know if it was I turned the difficulty down, and then it's like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll turn the difficulty down for you next match. But even then, it was on normal difficulty. Then again, he's reversing me a healthy amount here. Which, you know, I don't think is like, opponents countering me isn't that big a deal. But, like, it's not even a thing of, like, I don't know. It's just the issue is I mean, like, I'm not even at their level yet. Like, I'm facing guys, like, at 70 to 80 overall, you know, stats here. I got like a 40 freaking overall here. And, you know, if I didn't, I kind of had an idea that this was going to come because of my, like, crazy matches in development with, like, Booker T and Matt Hardy and some of the Heat matches and stuff like that. So I was like, I got to put my attributes in, like, all just straight to countering. Because I think a storm is coming, and I was right. Because if you don't, I'm telling you right now, that's just if you're playing this game That is my advice to you at this point. First thing you should do, forget the charisma stat, forget the freaking, strength stat, speed, whatever. Put it all into countering. Because if you can't counter in this game, you are not going to last long. It's just impossible. And I'm all for a good challenge every now and then. But sometimes it just feels like horseradish, man. Horseradish. But I don't know. I feel like this is probably going to be one of those games. And I don't really like it when this is the case, where it's probably going to be a lot more difficult now. And I'm assuming because of my lack of attributes. And it's probably going to be by the end of it, it's going to be like super easy peasy or something. Because I'm going to be able to counter, not even necessarily off of skill, I guess. I mean, I like to think I'm getting better at the game. But like, just because my attributes are high enough to actually, compete with these jokesters.
1, 2.
There we go. Tough match, but once again, like, Yellowhead. I mean, I guess it's convenient for me, but I mean, geez, that was barely felt like a match. Let's see what he has to say. Hey, rookie, congratulations on your big win tonight. You look good out there, and I know Triple H and Flair were impressed. I think we're up for some more tag team action, and I definitely look forward to kicking more ass with you next week. God, no. We're going to own the tag division and show them just what it means when you go up against Evolution. Oh, God, no. Oh, no. Not more tag team matches. Oh. Oh, no. Well, at least I know how to tag in and out at this point, which I didn't last video until my match with Rhino. Representing Evolution. Okay. Like I said, I think it's getting easier. I'm praying. See how this goes. There they are, Rick, the two biggest things to hit the tag team circuit since, well, you and Batista. You said it all, Orton. This new team representing Evolution is going to dominate the tag division like no team has done before. Triple H says we're going to keep you guys together so you can bring tag team gold to Evolution. Sweet. Because let's face it, we've got the franchise Triple H, we've got the legend killer Randy Orton, we've got the big man Batista, we got the 16-time world champion Ric Flair. That's true. And now we got the blue chipper, the phenom Kai. Oh, sweet nicknames. That's right, Kai. You play your cards right around here, and it's just a matter of time before you're wearing gold around your waist, just like the legend killer has. Alright. Gold sounds good to me, and we're ready for our next tag team match right now. Come on, let's do this. I gotta admit, I like the feeling of belonging to something. And yeah, we got Garrison Cade and Rhino for whatever reason. Two guys that were apparently fighting just to get off of heat. I guess all that promotion nonsense and that tournament was just horseradish once again. I guess it didn't mean a thing. And also, I could have swore that the game had Garrison Cade and Mark Jindrak as a team. So, I mean, it's not like the Raw and SmackDown stuff really matters in this game. Like, I think on the main menu it doesn't say Raw or SmackDown. Even if it does, who cares? It's story mode. Why aren't we having real teams here? Because, I mean, these guys didn't have a tag team entrance, but Garrison Cade and Mark Jindrak did. And yeah, as you can see, that's actually a pretty good thing you can use. My technique here. I learned that they're always going to come in no matter what kind of submission hold, even if it's a wear down thing that doesn't actually make people tap, which is kind of, once again, horseradish. I don't know, I guess that's my new replacement for a swear word or whatever, but if you end it before they can hit you, then they just kind of come in, look like idiots, and they're not going to hit you again. But you get to do a little bit of damage. But yeah, the worst thing in this game is when they break up something and you already have some damage, because you will be on the ground, even though they're just broke up the submission or the pin or whatever. I mean, you will be on the ground for like 10 minutes mashing that freaking A button. Like I said, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not even joking when I say my forearm was burning after Lance Storm and Val Venus, which I didn't even know those guys were a team, by the way. Were they actually a team? I know Goldust and Lance were a team, but were Val and Lance actually a team? Or is that just something the game created? I wouldn't be surprised considering the other stuff here, but I don't know. They didn't really have very good teams or in the Ruthless Aggression here. Alright, sweet. I guess I can't look at Rhino to use my finisher for whatever reason. Let's see what this idiot has to say. Nice jacket, though. As I think all of you people can see, I clearly made the best decision a few weeks ago when I signed Kai to Evolution. Yeah, I guess so. My expectations were that the collected experience of the likes of Triple H, Ric Flair, and the boys would help to successfully steer the growth of our latest young prospect. Well, so far, so good. And now that Kai and Batista have a good thing going for Evolution, I've got a very special treat for you two. I'm going to book a match between your team and another up-and-coming team. Let's see. Say Shelton Benjamin and Edge, two of Chris Jericho's proteges. Like I said, right there. And to make things even more interesting, we're going to make this a TLC match, and it's going to happen next week at SummerSlam. Well, it's better than a spit-swapping makeout match. Alright. Destroying the competition. Alright, at SummerSlam, I guess. 3rd week of August. This is SummerSlam. Yeah, I noticed. And I don't think I need to explain to you guys just how important it is for you to go out there tonight and destroy your competition. Edge and Benjamin don't just represent an obstacle standing between you and the tag team gold. They represent Chris Jericho and his band of losers. Like I said, they're like the face faction, I guess. They need to be made an example of, and you've got a tables, ladders, and chairs match to do it. No sweat, we're on a roll. These guys won't be a problem. They're just another hurdle for us to jump. That's just the point. Jeez. I don't want you to jump over them. I want you to run right through them. I want you to obliterate them. We're Evolution and we collect gold around here. Man, he's flipping out. Looking like a chick animation or something like that. You need to dominate this match so you become real contenders. Understand? You don't need to remind us, Triple H. We're going to crush them and make them regret that they even stepped in the ring with Evolution. That's what I like to hear, big man. Now go get him. Got a cheerleader here. Alright, so at this point, I honestly have no idea how to even pick up weapons or... Is this kind of like the traditional TLC in which I do have to grab like a thing above the ring, or... I did the tutorial, but I just can't remember. I'm trying to pick up that stupid chair, and that chair looks comically small. Is it just me, or... But, yeah. I'm gonna have to figure it out as we go, I guess. Trying out some new attire options for Kai. As you can see, I've been trying to upgrade his appearance and stuff. Make him into something more than just a template that we started with. So, I mean, I don't think he really resembles much of what he looked like when we first started. But I kind of like this look a lot, I'm not gonna lie. And, I'm thinking of actually just every week, maybe, because it's going to be a pain, a little bit of a lot of work, but thinking of changing the color of his tights every week, but we'll see. Feel like I kind of have to make up for it now that I missed that opening cutscene for you guys. But I like just doing stuff like that, you know, that's the realism or whatever. That's why I love to do my No Mercy Championship playthroughs as well. And Batista he doesn't care who he's fucking hitting with that ladder. He just murdered him with that ladder for 10 minutes. Okay, so it is one of those ones, because like the SmackDown vs. Raw games for the longest time, to like differentiate it from you know, the ladder matches, I guess, to make the ladder matches stand out, they just kind of had the TLC be like a special hardcore match, which at that point it kind of dilutes the, you know, the importance of the hardcore match. So I don't know. I remember in the first SmackDown games they had it where TLC, at least SmackDown 2 I remember, TLC was, you know, the actual ladder match. I don't know why I went for that. But Shelton Benjamin's going to pay for it. Man, what's the point? Nobody... I feel like in the tutorial you can do like moves on the table, but it just seems like nobody can do grapples on the table. Everybody's just punching and somehow breaking the tables. Alright, come on, yeah. I feel like it's just non-responsive. Like, it's the B button. No, not the B button, the X button. But, I don't know, just sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't for some reason. What the hell? What, did I slam him on the chair? Actually, like that Shelton Benjamin attire, by the way. Also, does anybody else notice that, like, it was in 2005, or I should say SmackDown vs. Raw, the original, because these games were made at the same time. I think Edge has the same exact outfit in this game that he does in that game. Like, I think there's so much reused assets. Like, everybody compares this game to No Mercy and stuff, and that's not fair. Like, I can tell right away they definitely were inspired a lot with the Aki series, but really, even this short, like, just playing it, you know, from what I played already, you know, I haven't really played that much. Maybe 16 matches. Oh, no. No, Batista. Glad I can count on you, pal. Anyway, from what I've played so far, I mean, this reminds me more of, like, just a regular Yuke's games. Like, it's definitely different from the SmackDown and the SmackDown vs. Raw games for sure, which is great. But, like, it definitely feels more like that than No Mercy and stuff. And I don't know, it's funny that everybody, their immediate thought process is, well, No Mercy's better. Triple H, to nobody's surprise, Evolution has dominated SummerSlam. Every member of the team has emerged victorious. Great. What are your thoughts on another amazing SummerSlam comes to a close? My thoughts, I'll tell you what my thoughts are. They're probably the same thoughts that must be running through the head of even all the idiots in the arena out there. And the millions of idiots watching at home. They are obviously all thinking that never in the history of professional wrestling has there been a team as deadly, as determined, and as devastating as the team they saw tonight. Never in the history of professional wrestling has there been a team that could dominate the way they saw tonight. Why does the animation keep resetting? And that's just a sample of what they can all expect from Evolution from this point on. Evolution continues to get stronger and crush everything in its path. We're unstoppable. And as you saw tonight, getting in our way is the last thing you ever want to do. They did a really great job on the coach in this game. Anyway, I will talk more about my thoughts on, like, the series as a whole and, you know, comparisons to other games and stuff like that next episode, which is next week. Next Wednesday, Wrestling Wednesday. I play, you know, wrestling games every single, you know, Wednesday. So next week, hopefully we're going to go for some tag team gold, I'm assuming, now that we won the big SummerSlam match. So thank you guys for joining us this week. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. But above all else, please remember to have a nice day.